bunker basics for you. Now, we're at Edgewood Tahoe, and these bunkers are in really fine shape. What are the basics for you when you hit bunker shots?
Well, you're right. I mean, this is one of the good bunkers here. I mean, number one, when you hit a bunker shot, you really have to pay attention to the lip or the edge of the bunker. And as you can see, we really don't have a lot of lip to work here. So the idea here is not to hit it really high. The good thing for some amateurs that get very nervous in the bunker, keep in mind it's the only shot you really don't have to hit the ball first. Hit the sand first and let the sand lift the ball up. But what I like to do is have a wide stance. And when you go in, you see a lot of the pros, they kind of feel the sand. Well, it's a good way to get a feel. Is it soft? Is it wet? Is it, you know, a lot of sand or no sand? But to have a wide stance and kind of sit down a little bit, I like to have the ball forward in the stance, and if you have a shorter shot like this, which we're talking about, a greenside bunker, is use a lofted club. I got a 60-degree here. I like to open it up a little bit, and the key when you open it up is don't take your regular grip and then open, which you see a lot of people do. I'm sure you've seen that too, Gary, but open it up like putting it here and then take the club. And don't be afraid to sit down, get comfortable. I mean, it's all about the upper body here. And then almost think about a little line an inch or so in front. I know you can't do this in the tournament or anything, but just so you can visualize the point where the club, the entry of the club, and then make sure you swing through. So it should be something like this.
It's had that nice thump to it. Okay, let's stay with that lower shot with less spin and swing 360, face on. What are the viewers seeing? Execute that shot and take them through what they're seeing.
So when I hit a low shot with less spin, you would most likely see the ball position a little further back in the stance, because the opposite is when you have the ball in front, you get a high and a more of a spinning shot. So I'm gonna have the ball more in the center. I'm not gonna open up the club face. I don't need as much loft with it, but the swing will be the same. So I got a wide stance. And again, I think the most important part is I changed club to a club with less loft, but everything else is similar.
Now, down the line, you just explained beautifully what they're seeing face on. Now, down the line, what is the viewer seeing with that shot?
Well, what you would see from down the line is you would see an open stance. An open stance for me is pointing to the left of the target. What it does is helps you. You can call it cut it a little bit, but I'm swinging a little bit outside and coming through. You will never see a release of my hands. And then again, just really keeping my legs, you know, pretty still and swing through.
Okay, now this rake is something that we hope everybody is using after they've hit a bunker shot, but you like to use it when you do a drill in the bunker. Explain.
I do, other than, like you said, the functionality of it. When we talk about hitting, especially high shots, or how we want the club to move through the sand, unfortunately, we see a lot of people they're so afraid they hit and they stop and they hope that it would jump up or something would happen. But if you happen to have a rake like this, take your normal stance and your normal grip and really just swing and feel how the club is bouncing up. So we're really using the bounce. You can see here I've got a little paint on my club, but that doesn't matter. But you can hear it up and down, and that's the feel I want you to have. You're accelerating through, and then you can just take a little swing next to it, and you swing through, and you know the divot. We say about $1 bill. That's the size of a normal divot. You don't want to go too deep, and you certainly don't want to have too big. So this is, I think, is a really good drill to just feel the club moving forward.
Well, those are great bunker shots. When we come back, a little unplugged from the rough with Annika.